Hello everyone. I have a short tutorial today about PHP While Loop. There's an article on ojambo.com/php-while-loop. You can easily follow along in your favorite editor or IDE. If you do not wish to install an IDE or PHP, then there is another option. I'll be using a built-in IDE that comes with Learning PHP on ojamboshop.com. Learning-PHP on ojamboshop.com. Let's begin. As you can see here, I'm using a chapter called While Loops based on the ebook Learning PHP. So just type in the PHP tags. I like to type in the PHP tags, the beginning and the end, so I don't forget to type the end tag. So the counter, for while loops, this is needed because you need a starting point. In this case, we're going to be starting from 0. So that's why the variable is called counter. Now, for while loops also need just like all loops, they need your statement or your condition. So our condition will simply be that the counter is not allowed to be more than 10. So if it's more than 10, then that's the end of our loop, or that's our statement or condition. So the first thing we do is with our counter, we want our counter to increment by 1. So there's multiple ways of writing this. You can write as counter plus 1, or it increments by 1. There's also a short form which is plus, or when you're learning, it's very difficult to use those short forms. So one easy short form to remember is the plus equals. That basically means you take the counter plus itself and 1. That's simple enough to remember. And then, although our loop is finished, it's also easier for humans to be able to view what the output is. So I'll just write a simple statement. I'll use echo to print it out to the screen. So I'll just type executing counter is, and then I put the variable, which is counter with a $sign. Now in the tutorials, you will see that there is slash or \n. That's just to tell you to go to the next line. So just the output is more readable. However, you might be using this on the web. That doesn't work on the web, but I'm going to leave it there just to keep the tutorials pretty simple. For example, this particular IDE, when I compile, you will see that it doesn't put everything on a separate line. So everything looks okay here. I'm going to hit compile, and I made a mistake. So it's telling me that there was a mistake. So what I will simply do is I will go to line 7 here, and I fix it. And yeah, it's simple. I just forgot to put a semicolon, and now it's done. And you can see what happens here is the first iteration, the counter will be 1, the second will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so forth and so forth. So on the 9th one, the counter will be set to 9, and the last one, 10, it will be set to 10. So that's it. Remember that you can get the interactive ebook at ojambo.com/learning-php. There are no subscriptions, just pay once and use any time online. Thank you. Have a nice day.